What is a closure? Well, a closure is a way in JavaScript that we can store a scope, keep a scope alive within a function, even after that function has run. All right, let's take a look at what we mean. So before we make our function, let us make a button. Var button equals a new zim dot button. We'll center this on the stage, dot center on stage, and we'll add an event to it. Button, the button, button dot on click. Call this function literal right here. There she be. So that is our function in which we're going to make the closure. But for right now, this is the function that is running when we click the button. So we will zog hello. Okay, and we want to view this in a browser. I've got other stuff in this file here, so let's just say return and stage.update here. We had a stage.update way below, but that won't be gotten to anymore. We ain't gonna get there anymore. Okay, so we save this, view it in a browser. Dunk, there she be, F12. And if we take a look on the right-hand side, hello, when we press the button, hello. Okay, super duper. Now, what we want to do is have a function that is available for us that is going to hold a scope. All right, and in that scope, we're going to use that scope to count how many times we've clicked on the button. So we want to make that function once, and in it hold a variable that will keep track of our clicks. And indeed, this is the function that we're going to make once. Now to make this function once, we can just run it right now. There we go. We're just going to run it once as this is being defined. Now what this will do is it will run this function, and then the results of this function will be assigned to the click function. So we need the results of the function to be a function itself. So it needs to return a function. And it is indeed this object right here, this function literal, that is going to be returned. This function literal right here gets returned from the results of this and gets assigned to the click function. Shall we see that? We can zog inside here. Wow, 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 woo. Okay, and there we go. So what's going to happen is this function will be executed right away. The results of it is this function, and this function will be returned. And therefore, when we click, every time we click, we'll see wow, 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 woo. Okay, so let's try her out. We still really haven't seen the closure yet. We're just playing around here. Wow, 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 woo. You see that? So we run this outer function, and we return another function that is actually the click handler. So now here's the neat part. This outer function right here, it's not a closure quite yet, but watch this. Var clicks is equal to 0. And inside here, we're going to say clicks plus plus to advance our clicks. And then here we won't zog wow 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 woo. We'll see what our clicks are. Now, because this inner function is making use of the clicks variable, JavaScript will not clear the running of this function from its memory. It will keep that scope alive. We've declared a local variable within the scope, and that local variable is still being used. It's being used because there's a function here that uses it that is being assigned to an on-click handler that could be used in the future. So it won't clear this outer function from its memory. It keeps around the var clicks. And note, things outside can't use the var clicks, but we're welcome to within this function that's inside the scope, declared inside the scope, we're welcome to use clicks. Okay, that's how scope works. All right, let's check it out. We save that. We refresh here, and we press, and 1 is there. Press 2 is there. Press 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've just used a JavaScript closure to store a variable clicks that we can then access in the future. Neat, huh? As a matter of fact, I call it a lack of closure, really, because there's no closure on that. We still need it. There's no closure. It's a lack of closure. I'm inventor Dan Zen here at zimjs.com with a What Is series on closure. Ciao.